Hey y'all, Mythic Rare here. Thank you to all my A1 Day 1 subscribers. For anybody new or just passing through, welcome. We are gonna introduce our tools of the trade really quick. This is from Red River Resin. This tray is from Fantasy Sparkles. And then I might reach for these two a little bit later, but these both are from Enabler's Outpost of our wonderful cover reminder that basically is the summary of everybody's lives this month and some change. It comes to us from Sparkling Canvases. Same thing with these amazing 310 square crystals. These right here, these jellies, they came from Diamond Drills USA. So, yeah. Thank you, government, but no thank you for making everybody's lives complete fill-in colorful language here for the last like month and a half. May your imagination know no bounds. Like, that's really the only nice thing that, like, the only nice way that I can really say that without, you know, losing my job. Without getting into too much detail, I feel like, you know, in dealing with reservations for an airline, I feel like I got off incredibly easy. I cannot imagine how it must have been for our air traffic controllers and for anybody else who may have been impacted through SNAP and things like that. I hope that you all are doing okay, and I hope that you all have a miracle happen in some way, shape, or form this holiday season. Cause yeah, like I can't even imagine, cause my job pays me incredibly well. I am very blessed to have it, probably more so than what I deserve. And, you know, like, energy this summer, like, power bill was super expensive over here in Oklahoma City. We got up to the 300s. And normally our family of 4, like with me working from home, and boyfriend being a gamer, and then like his parents just you know, like using their TV, laptop, you know, etc., like not doing anything too power heavy, but because we have an electronic well, like typically we would be 250, 280 in the summer, and then we were like 300s in the summer this year. I had to contribute a little bit to the power bill, and so then I was like already missing 300 to 400 out of my budget for Q3, and I had to pay car insurance for 6 months, and then my boyfriend, he got into a little bit of a fender bender. He is okay. Other driver is okay. He was car number 6 and like a pile up on the freeway. It was, I do not think anybody's car got totaled, except for the 2 that made the initial accident that kicked it off. He was driving to work kind of later than normal because he slept late, and then it was oh crap, I gotta be there at like 8 in the morning, otherwise like my boss is going to you know, my boss is like gonna be very displeased. So he tries to get there as soon as possible. And he's coming up State Route 77. It's kind of like where I-35 turns into State Route 77 and it intersects with the 40 on the way in the to the Edmond, the more ritzy part of town. And but like before, like there's downtown and then there's like the industrial district where he works, and then there's like a fancy district, I suppose. And yeah, like he was going up the ramp from the 40 in the mini stack to get onto State Route 77. Or Route 77. He's just barely getting up the ramp. He notices an accident, and then he slows down and he comes to a complete stop because his car stopped him faster than he could, but he still had a little bit of momentum. He thought that he was okay to like creep forward, but then when he crept forward, ding, and then he tapped the Kia in front of him. The Kia didn't have like any really bad damage. Like there was just some paint exchange, and there was just like a minor dent in the other person's bumper, but his whole entire grill just got like smushed in, and it was not pretty. And I want to say that, like it's the cost of inflation or whatever to replace the bumper on the Kia plus his bumper, but it was like $7,000 in repairs. And here's the thing, airbags didn't deploy. Probably because they might have to buy a new like hood piece, who knows, because his hood is bowed a little bit too now. But and like his headlights got messed up a little bit. But yeah, like 7,000 in repairs. Of course, we only have to worry about a $500 deductible, but like ouch, especially when we're so close to the holidays. And we're trying like everything in our absolute power to like make sure that Alex still has at least like $1,000 still in the bank in at least one of his accounts, either savings or checking, so that in case if we got into a rains it pours type of situation, that he still has a safety net. And the rental car, even though his insurance would have reimbursed him, it would be like way expensive up front. Figured it would be better if we got the work done on our old blue truck, like, because it needed the work anyways. So there's been a front end alignment, there's been an oil change, and the brakes on that still need to be worked on. So, and then we had to tag it because, like we weren't driving it on the streets. We were just kind of driving it on the property to like haul limbs like out to like a compost heap and like things like that on our property. So, or like haul trash cans down, things like that. So it's so it like didn't go out on any public streets or anything. So we black tagged it, and then we got it like tagged as operational again or drivable again. So all of that plus getting it reactivated on the insurance and all of that jazz. Yeah, like money up and grew wings, flew away. I don't know, it kind of seems like October just straight up kicked everybody's behind in some form or fashion. If it wasn't, the whole Washington DC thing, like I was seeing how everybody has just been like kind of having a rough go of it, or like the change in seasons took them out and then they're sick, and it's just, yeah, I kind of feel like no matter which way you slice it, everybody's just kind of going through something right now. But aside from like me being the conductor of the Hot Mess Express, at least that's what it feels like for my family, we actually had some pet shenanigans to top it all off. Zesty went on a tear, quite literally. She has been seeking out very high places because heat rises, nights are getting cooler. I guess she's just trying to keep warm. So what I did to combat that a little bit is we have one of the oil heaters that used to be in my room. I moved it into her room because she didn't like the blower style heater whenever it would kick on. So moved it into her room, turned it on. She kind of stopped like getting into places that she shouldn't for a minute, and then she hopped up onto the step stool that we have in our utility room or our mudroom where we have the washer and dryer, because like I'm a short person and I solve short people problems by using a step stool. She got up on the step stool, and then from there she hopped up on top of the step stool onto the washer and dryer. And on top of the washer and dryer, we keep a spare bag of dry cat food, because with everything going on these days, like, you just never know, especially with us here in Oklahoma, because severe weather, I don't think that I need to explain. So yeah, like, for various reasons, we keep an extra bag of cat food. And it was just, like, up there on top of the washer and dryer, like, it hasn't been disturbed. It's pretty much been that way since I got it a couple months back, and, yeah, like, just in case, because I always know that Q4 is very hard for me financially, because it is when my car insurance is due. So I just, like, I keep some extra. And she got on top of the washer and she straight up ripped a hole in the bag. And by the time I noticed, she ate half the bag. So I was just like, okay, we're emptying it into a big, like, Tupperware jug, and then proceed to revoke her wet food privileges until she finishes the bag. And it was actually pretty alright, because she got used to having, like, the dry food out at all times, and she would just graze on it. Now, instead of, like, snarfing it all down, and she didn't really, like, bug me a lot for attention or anything. Like she was just perfectly content to just, like, have it out, and just her having, you know, like, just knowing that it was out put her at ease. So I'm just like, okay, well, I guess, like, in the winter, because they like to, you know, they always want to have food and higher calorie food, it might just be better to get the dry food. But yeah, now that I've switched her back to wet food, she, like, if she feels like she's not satisfied, she's just like, I want more. But at the same time, you know, she came to us like kind of a chunky kitty, and while Alex's brother is away doing military things, you know, I want her to be fit and healthy, and yeah, like, I don't want her to be chunky. So it's kind of, like, hard striking that balance for a cat when they need more calories due to the seasons, because if they get food that's more calorically dense, it'll help their metabolism keep them warm. So yeah, now she's exhausted all the dry food. She's been eating wet food for a minute, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna switch her back to instinct dry food, because yeah, less interruptions on things. Like, I am trying, I don't know about any of y'all, but I have been, like, trying so hard not to let, like, recent political goings on, or like, the cost of groceries and everything, like, rob me of my joy. And I've been leaning into diamond painting, probably now more so than I ever did. Like, I didn't diamond paint at all during or hardly at all during, like, the first half of the year, but oh my goodness, I've done so much more diamond painting, like, from September 1st with Drills and Chills on, than I probably ever have this year. And Alex, too, is kind of, like, getting to be the same way, but he isn't a diamond painting person. He is, like, a Legos and Gunpla, or, like, a mech kind of a person. So, and what he calls it is, oh, you've got a case of the hands. You know, because you want to, like, if you're moving your hands and you're, like, actively working, doing something, your mind isn't quite as, like, having an existential meltdown about, like, oh, what if this, what if this, what if this other thing. And I cannot believe, like, I've gotten so much done on these potion bottles, but I still have like a very long way to go. I know when I set out with this in February that like, oh, my goal is to finish by December 31. Yeah, and like do one bottle every single month. Yeah, no, I have not lived up to that at all. Here is in case you haven't seen the thumbnail, here is my current progress on this. And like I will probably finish Mr. Poison right here in another day or two. But this is just like it looks like it's a lot of color blocking, and for how detailed the canvas is, it actually kind of is a lot of color blocking. But oh my goodness, like I did not expect sections, like even if I'm like caffeinated, just like it's a Saturday morning or whatever, there's nothing going on, I don't have to be anywhere, like I can just sit and focus on diamond painting. Even when I am like locked in, it still takes me 2.5 hours sometimes to finish a section that I'm working on. It's not, it's not because I single place everything. It's not, and some people are objectively faster single placing. But I'm not one of those people. I actually go a bit faster if I multi-place some, but still, it's like, yikes. Some of these are taking me 2 to 3 hours. But I'm not mad at it though. Like, I kind of need those sections to take me 2 or 3 hours because the more I'm actually diamond painting, like, on stuff, it means I'm not, like, it means I'm not shopping, I'm not beating myself up for not being able to get things. Like, I've just been rediscovering, like, old music. Like, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but I have seen a resurgence from my forgotten favorites and stuff, and because of how tight money is, like, Alex and I are kind of just, like, having a resurgence of our forgotten favorites also. Like, not just in terms of TV shows, but also, like, games. We have one friend who's kind of on a survival game / resource management game spree, and we're actually trying to get things set up so that we can go play Terraria a little bit later in the week or beginning of the week. Today is Sunday well, actually it might be Sunday for the East Coast, very late night Saturday when I am filming this. And then there is this other friend that Alex has from work, and other friend, has a lot of stuff going on. Like, his work buddy is just in his early 20s, already has a pre-marriage kid, he's married, then has, I think he might even have some more kids, I don't know. Haven't personally met the guy. I don't really have a whole lot to say on him, but this guy legitimately has a lot going on, especially for somebody that age, and they're wanting to game with Alex, and then they think that the console that they have is not good enough for modern titles. They're thinking of upgrading their console to something a little bit more recent, like, I don't know, maybe a PS5 or an Xbox X, like something. They think that what they have right now is not capable of playing games. And they have, I think they might have an Xbox. I think they have like the Xbox One. Yeah. So like they feel kind of like they're behind the curve, whatever. Alex said, well, most of your games that come out on console or even handheld sometimes, they come out in PC. And pretty much like PC Master Race, you can play anything. Some games, if they start out on console or handheld, you just kind of have to be wary of their control schemes and things like that, because that may not be the greatest when they port it over to PC that was made for console. And he's like telling him all the pitfalls and everything about getting into gaming and like taking it more seriously, things like that. And he's like, bro, for what you're looking to spend, just try to get a computer, or at least maybe see if there actually is something that you haven't taken care of with the stuff that you already have. And what he is doing is he is trying to play COD, like Call of Duty, because right now, I guess, like, there's a lot of stuff about Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and, you know, first-person shooter. He's wanting to play that on mobile hotspot. And I find it very silly, but also very ironic today how on the way to my allergy shots, it was basically a COD lobby in my car. Just me and Alex were basically having a mini COD lobby because this guy is deciding to essentially bring a knife to a gunfight in terms of internet speeds, because I'm sure that some of you all who travel and who have done it for like kids and stuff in the car, because maybe they want to watch Bluey or whatever, like you've probably done it where you've like hotspotted somebody to your phone to like keep them entertained on a long drive or like something. But sometimes it can be like really, really slow depending on what you're wanting to do, right? And it's not just the games that hang, it's the it's even just like the updates for his actual console that hang too. And it's kind of like the struggle of having dial-up when everybody around you has fiber. And it wasn't until like 2022, back when OEC fiber came out this way, to where I had to put up with that. But even back in Phoenix, it was worse because my parents like wanted to hang on to dial-up because it was like the cheapest thing ever. And I had to live with like 48 to like 60 megabits down per second. Like very old school DSL. And everybody around me was having like gigablast, and like some people who were super duper well to do, they were like even having 2 gig and like 5 gig connections. But I'm sure that they also had multiple people working from home at the same time, which, you know, like makes sense. Yeah, like I know the pain of having really slow internet, but then as soon as OEC came out here, I am just like, yes, like let's pay their thing and let's invest in their infrastructure expansion. And you know, we did, and that's how we have fiber. So Alex's work buddy, the one who's wanting to get into gaming, he thinks that it's okay to play a first-person shooter, Call of Duty. Yeah, that was my work computer. Don't mind it. It's possessed every single time at 12 midnight to turn itself on and then just start like receiving updates and stuff overnight. Anywho, the yeah, like we're basically going on and on about the absurdity of this. Like, can you even imagine if he gets lucky to load into an actual game? Can you just imagine how many times he is going to get spawn killed? That is, if he can actually get into a game. And like the kicker is, part of him thinks that it's him or maybe his equipment and stuff, and Alex and I have been trying to tell him no. Like, it ain't you, buddy. Like, it is to a degree your equipment, it is your connectivity. And the only reason we knew that is because I don't know if they were like Discording or like FaceTiming something. But Alex was like, or looking at screen snips, I don't know. But Alex was like seeing the update for the Xbox X error out due to connectivity. And yeah, we've been trying to get in contact with him like all day and be like, hey, you know, you said that you have blah 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 cell carrier. Like, did you know you could actually get internet from them, or do you have internet like through them? Like, we're trying to be good friends and let them know like, hey, there's cheaper options out here than what you're about to do. And we haven't heard back from them. I don't know if maybe like they're not wanting to talk to us because they feel judged, which to a certain degree, yeah, they really should. But I also think that, you know, we're probably being a lot kinder than the prepubescent squeakers inside of the COD lobby. Oh, how long have I been going? Because I am starting to get sleepy, y'all. 35 minutes. Yeah, I guess I will talk about that other thing as well. So, after allergy shots, which, by the way, I found out that I couldn't get them because I had been sick the last few weeks. I'm feeling better. My family is feeling better. I wanted to make sure everybody in the house was feeling better before I went back because I didn't want to, potentially pass whatever it is we had to somebody else in the clinic. It would just make me feel really bad. So, I stayed home and I, just hit up my doctor through the My Health app or the My Health web portal, and they're just like, oh yeah, our game plan is for you to repeat the last injection dose from blah 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 time that you came in, and all will be well and good. You'll just repeat that one and then you'll be on-ramped back to your shot plan for your injection. So it's like, okay, yeah, whatever, it happens. 'Tis the season to be sneezing. And then when they had started grabbing everything for my injections, they noticed that, like, they as in the nurse noticed that my vials were out of date. So they're just like, all right, we will take a rain check on today. I'm placing your order right now. Click, 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 click. For your vials to get remixed with brand new serum, and we will call you to come over whenever you're ready. You'll get your injection. You'll pick up your vials all in the same day. So it's like, wonderful. Still gotta wait a week. But I feel like that right there was actually a blessing in disguise, because after allergy shots, we perused World Market to see all what they had to offer for Christmas, and to pick up a few interesting ingredients that kind of can't really get anywhere unless I were to go into the Asian district and go to Asian supermarket. Dark soy sauce in particular, in case you're like, what is she trying to pick up? Yeah, dark soy sauce. It's not very common. And then I'm just like, ooh, they actually have the Bulldog Ramen Carbonara here, so I'm gonna get some of that too. And Alex found interesting flavors of Kit Kats from Japan, so he got one of them to take home. And right next door is a Barnes & Noble, so we went in the Barnes & Noble, walked around. By the time I did all that, I don't know if I was just dehydrated or what, but I could feel my sinuses hurting really bad. So we decided, oh, we're gonna go to Dairy Queen. We're just gonna get a burger and fries, and I'm like, we'll head home, we'll eat lunch, and we'll just chill the rest of the day. I wasn't in the mood for a burger. I was in the mood for their chicken tender box, and I saw they had the sweet chili chicken tenders, and I got those. They were really good, but the price, man, ouch. $40. Editing Jen is gonna insert screenshot of bill, but $40. Those are sit down dinner prices, and sometimes even $40 is my entire grocery budget. Now, granted, Alex just got paid, so he easily afforded it, but it's just like, to a certain point, I get it, like, because like the cost of the gas has gone up, but then like there's been like all of these things with like food processing and like food packing plants that have happened over like the last couple years, and I guess it's also making food very expensive. Because like $40 and change for Dairy Queen. That should not be. Like, I'm kind of just honestly scratching my head. Did I, like, right now when we swiped our card to pay for this, did we just like seriously pay tariffs on chicken? Like why is it so expensive? And then the real kicker was 30 minutes or so after I ate those tenders, my face started to get kind of red, and I didn't realize it at the time. Like, I was feeling normal, but Alex is like, "Oh my god, your cheeks are getting really hot." This was like that one time that you ate the sweet kale salad. um from It's like that one time that you ate that one sweet kale salad. Your face is doing the exact same thing. Like do something about it. So I'm just like, oh crap, having an allergic reaction. And on top of that, it was offensively expensive food. I've never had a like flushing in like the beginning stages of anaphylaxis at any time when I've eaten Dairy Queen. And I've had their chicken tenders before, and they've like the Parmesan crusted ones or like whatever their original breading is. I've like not reacted to those. So it has to have been something that was in that sweet chili sauce that made me react to it. Like, lesson learned. Like, I'll kind of just like stay away from eating that one particular item at Dairy Queen. But yeah, 2 Benadryl and a 3-hour nap later, here we are. Yeah, I kind of went into this like without a plan, without a script. I kind of just wanted to talk at y'all because I feel like I haven't really done a proper whip-in chat these last couple of months. And also, I wanted to show you where I was at with the potion bottles because I'm pretty sure all y'all are curious. But if my laptop was any indication, it is getting late, friends. So I will let you all go, and I will see you later. Bye.